Apparently, students are rallying outside the Arizona State University campus to get rid of Kyle Rittenhouse, who is learning online from Florida. I think he's in Florida right now because he was enrolled in the nursing program. Said that when he was testifying a few weeks ago. Jesus Christ, it's been that long. But yeah, no, he was taking some nursing lessons online, and that's a little bit too much for some students at Arizona State University. So they went to go protest him learning and, I don't know, figuring out how to treat some bullet wounds maybe in the future. I don't really know. Leftist students at Arizona State University, why be redundant, are campaigning to get Kyle Rittenhouse kicked out of his studies, calling him a racist for shot 3 fucking white guys, but whatever. He's got more Hispanic blood than probably a lot of these fucking screeching harpies outside that can't, whatever. Bloodthirsty murderer. Court of his peers would tend to disagree with you, even though the teen was acquitted of all charges. Yeah, they don't know that, and they don't really care either. They probably didn't know him anyways, but whatever. 4 groups, led by Students for Socialism. Oh boy, you know how we deal with them? Get Kyle Rittenhouse on the phone. Are behind a rally plan for Wednesday to boot Rittenhouse, 18, who revealed that he was an online student at the Tempe school and would like to live a quiet life on campus. Now he's taking online courses, so killer off campus, reads a flyer. Okay, well, he's online learning, so he's yet to be on campus, so should probably use the right tense if you're, I don't know, I'm going to be printing stuff up, whatever. Calling for the university to protect students from a violent, bloodthirsty murderer. What did Joseph Rosenbaum tender his application before he got fucking yeeted? A list of 4 demands. Includes getting the 18-year-old cleared killer. God, you should get a better thesaurus. From ASU, as well as the school to release a statement against white supremacy. Again, you guys remember, I think this is like every video in this series here today where I brought it up, but remember when Trump was president? Boy, that seems like a lifetime ago. But anyways, it didn't matter the day, it didn't matter the time of day. If it was just not the previous question, they would always ask him to denounce white supremacy. Finally, sir, will you denounce white supremacy? It's just trying to get you to participate in compelled speech. So obviously, everybody hates fucking white supremacy. I hate any kind of supremacy, except adult supremacy, because if anybody thinks that children are more lovable, I'm trying to keep it above board, it's still relatively early in the video, you get the wall, or the rope, or the end of Kyle's rifle. And racist murderer Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, they wanted the statement against Kyle Rittenhouse as well. Okay, so that's 3 demands so far. What else did they want? It also calls for a multicultural center. To be a safe space from white supremacy. Oh, okay, so they just want a very nice school-sponsored no whites allowed sign. Like, is that what you want? Oh, okay, cool. Remember, he's an online student, you fucking mongoloids. The group also wants police funding to instead go to a multicultural center and to get care healing center. Again, if you guys, okay, listen, let's just try to transpose ourselves and think from their perspective, right? Okay, I've been drinking since I was 12 years old. I've been touched funny by a couple of uncles, and I've stuffed in multiple lockers. Okay, cool. Now I got everything right. So we're going to be defunding the police, right? But again, all of this is to try to get a gun-toting, white supremacist, bloodthirsty killer off campus. Yeah, it all checks out. Protest is also backed by Students for Justice in Palestine. Yep. Well, if it's a group of people that know murderers. The Multicultural Solidarity Coalition. Again, anytime I see multicultural, I just internally throw up a lot. And the Mexican American students group, Mecca de ASU. De ASU. Remember, Kyle Rittenhouse he's like half Hispanic, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, and there's a tweet that they sent out, which will probably get promoted thanks to the new incoming Twitter CEO, because they're probably one of those marginalized voices that don't get enough attention, my friend. Join us and rally against racist murderer Kyle Rittenhouse being permitted on our campus. Again, online learning halfway across the country. Wednesday at 3:30 outside the Nelson Fine Arts Center on campus, and a whole bunch of really stupid logos. Whatever. Students for Socialism at ASU. Get the wall. The group conceded that Rittenhouse, who said he supports Black Lives Matter, in one of those rambling interviews, I don't really remember, was cleared of all charges over the triple shooting during the riots last year in Kenosha. The jury agreed that he has been defending himself after getting attacked. No shit. The group dismissed that as a proof of a flawed justice system. That was always going to be their narrative, because either the justice system let down JoJo and Anthony Huber and Gage Grosskreutz bicep by not acting sooner and not intervening magically, or you know what? Hey, it was totally flawed because the killer gets to walk the streets. Meanwhile, continue to lionize pedophiles. A spokesperson for the ASU Students for Socialism told Fox News, I'm sure this was probably enlightening, that they do not feel safe with a mass shooter. Again, 3 people, shot at a 4th. I think it's like 4 or 5 to be a mass shooter, so maybe they might be correct, but I think it's 5. Being so carelessly allowed at school. Oh my god, like he's been acquitted of all charges and he's carelessly being allowed to learn online. Even if he appears to be just online. They're so dumb, but yeah, here's their list of demands that's written out in serial killer font. But yeah, even with a not guilty verdict from a flawed justice system, it sucks that you have to concede that point. Kyle Rittenhouse is still guilty. To his victims and the families of those victims. I would disagree. Join us to demand ASU don't really care. Protect students from a violent, bloodthirsty murderer. Yes. That is the face of somebody who constantly walks the streets with his AR-17 rifle currently affixed to everybody he sees, and he just drops them dead, and he gets away with it because of white supremacy and a flawed justice system. Speaking of a flawed justice system, though, Dominick Black is still being charged with 2 counts. 2 counts of the same charge that got dismissed prior to the jury instructions from Kyle Rittenhouse. So, literally 2 fucking weeks, okay? After it was dismissed on the grounds that, that statute didn't apply to Kyle. And by extrapolation, it shouldn't apply to Dominick Black by giving him that rifle, because there's a clause also in the statute that specifically says anybody having the rifle that is 16 or 17 years old, this statute need not apply. And, Kyle Rittenhouse didn't change age prior to receiving that rifle from Dominick Black. So he's being paraded by the justice system in Kenosha because of this. And guess who is the prosecutor in this case? I'll give you one guess. It's Flufferboy 2004. Of course it is. Not content with wildly overcharging cherub-faced teen Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh my god, PJ Media, we got it. And face-planting spectacularly in the most-watched trial of the decade. That might be true. Assistant District Attorney Thomas Claire Banger is bitterly clinging to 2 felony weapons charges. He's hoping to stick to 20-year-old Dominick Black. Yeah, 2 charges because it makes sense, I guess. He's charged twice because Kyle, or that rifle that he used, was used to kill 2 people. That's why he's got 2 charges. Makes sense. It's grossly overcharging him, because how can you give somebody the rifle twice? But he slapped Kyle with 7 fucking charges to begin with, so what did you expect? He's just mad that somebody else could have such great hair. Black is Rittenhouse's close friend. He called him a brother, dated his daughter, or not his daughter. Kyle doesn't have a daughter, his sister. Like, these guys are attached at the hip. Black lived in Kenosha and still lives in Kenosha to the best of my knowledge, so. And also the judge in this case. Once again, weird coincidence, Bruce Schroeder, same guy. The two first became friends when Black started dating Rittenhouse's sister. There you go, reinforcing that. Rittenhouse stayed overnight at Black's house the night before the shootings, and FYI, he drove himself there, even though the lying media and the lying politicians spread disinformation that his mother drove him and his AR-15 across state lines so he could shoot rioters. On November 3rd, Binger charged Black with 2 counts of intentionally giving a dangerous weapon to a person under 18, where the minor discharged the weapon and killed someone. You should probably work on shortening up that name of that felony. Black faces fines of up to $20,000 and up to 12 years in jail if convicted. But here's the reason why these charges should be thrown out anyways. Statute that he's being charged under anyways is 948.60, Section 2, subsection C, number 2. A person under 18 years of age who possesses or goes armed with a dangerous weapon is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. All right, except as provided in paragraph C, any person who intentionally sells, loans, or gives a dangerous weapon to a person under 18 years of age is guilty of a Class I felony, 948.602cc. Whoever violates paragraph B is guilty of a Class H felony if the person under 18 years of age under paragraph B discharges the firearm and discharge causes death to himself, herself, or another. A subparagraph of the statute creates an exception that shows Kyle and Dominick were not in violation. And then you got paragraph C. This section applies only to a person under 18 years of age who possesses or is armed with a rifle or a shotgun if the person is in violation of subsection 941.28 or is not in compliance under subsection 29.304 and 29.593. This section applies only to an adult who transfers a firearm to a person under 18 years of age if the person under 18 years of age is not in compliance with subsection 29.304 and 29.593, or to an adult who is in violation of section 941.28. Both Black and Rittenhouse were in compliance with the statutes in the subparagraph. Oh man, that sucks. For Binger, I guess, which pretty much wraps that up. And not only that, in the Rittenhouse case, Kenosha County Circuit Judge Judge Schroeder dropped the minor in possession of a gun charge against him. Rittenhouse entirely legal use of the rifle makes it even harder to fathom the charges are still being brought against Dominick Black. Nonetheless, both Binger and Schroeder are reprising their performances as Black's case moves forward. There was a status hearing yesterday at which most people, this was last week, I think. Last week or the week before that. Anyways, most people assumed Black's attorney, Anthony Cotton, would ask for the charges against his client to be dropped as well, and that the case would be probably dismissed. Surprisingly, however, Cotton asked for a new hearing at a later date, saying his client wanted to consider his options further. Why? Binger seemed in agreement, saying we're still discussing things, like offering Black a plea deal because he charged him with 2 counts. He'll just go ahead and drop one of those counts and put him away for 12 years for doing legally nothing. And what if, by using the same precedent that Schroeder just laid out by dismissing the charge against Kyle, Binger also said that he would appeal it. So drag Dominick Black through the process of the appeals courts for literally no reason because Binger is a petty sack of shit. That's about the nicest thing I can say about him. We'll see where this goes because, it's been postponed until January 10th, 2022. See if there's any developments before that or through that. But Binger is so butthurt that he got nationally disgraced from the Rittenhouse trial that he's just swinging wildly. And he's going to try to convict anybody who did something bad towards him. I really hope that's the case. And I really hope that those whatever Kids for Socialism at ASU go out on a boat trip with Claire Binger and Scott Peterson. But with that said, guys, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.